Hey guys, alright, so today I'm going to talk to you all about eyeliner, all about the different types, how to apply them, ways to help them last longer, all that good stuff, differences, blah blah blah. You know, in a minute I'm going to start with absolutely no eyeliner on and demonstrate some different types for you. First, I'm going to talk about pencil liner. So I'm just going to kind of discuss the differences of those. Something to remember if you're ever going to start a kit or you're going to be working freelance on other people, definitely try to stock up more on these, or really only on these that you can sharpen, because that's how you're going to clean them and keep everything sanitary. You know, you've got to sharpen it to get all the crap off and the germs and stuff. You know, with something like this, you can't do that. So it's kind of a waste to buy those for a kit. That's a total other video and I'm rambling. So another type is liquid liner. There's really a lot of different types of liquid liners, and you know, just in the formulas, in the applicators, in the packaging. Alright, then I'm going to talk about cream liners and gel liners, best ways to apply them, you know, what you can use to apply them and all of that. I'm also going to give you some tips on applying liner to the waterline, what types you should use, how to do it, what to avoid, and also give you some tips to use when using white eyeliner as well. If you want to see how to apply these different types and pick up a few tips and tricks, then keep watching. Alright, so I'm going to start with a freshly sharpened pencil, and for this I like to start at right at the middle of the eye and go out. And before you wear that pencil down anymore, you're going to go ahead and go along the inner. This is the opposite eye that I normally do, so this is weird to do it with my right hand. See how I'm kind of holding the pencil on its side, but I'm focusing it on the tip. This inner part should be the thinnest, and you should get thicker as you go out. You don't have to go all the way in, but if you did want more definition, you could certainly go in from this side now rather than trying to do that with the tip, and stick as close as possible to the lash line and just work it down toward the tip. Now, as for this outer corner, if you want to stop right there, you can. Some people don't really like the winged effect, but what I like to do is just take it out a little bit using a lighter hand so that it kind of fades as it goes out. Now with a pencil liner, you can definitely smudge it out. Sometimes I like to use the 219 brush just to smudge it out a little bit if you don't want as dark of a line. And these pencils really smudge nicely. So you can definitely do that. Or if you wanted to soften the line a little bit, you could take a brush like the 208 and a little bit of carbon eyeshadow, which is that black that I showed you before. And I'm using the camera as a mirror, so this is like really weird for me. So you're just going to take it and dab it right over where you applied the color. And then you can really define that outer corner with the eyeshadow. This is really going to help the pencil stay on longer as well. And if you wanted a more smoked out effect, you can really kind of smudge it upward. You see how I'm not sticking in the lines, I'm just kind of smudging that upward. So that kind of gives a more natural look, I think. And by setting it with the eyeshadow, you're going to give it a lot more staying power. Alright, so that's pencil eyeliner. Now for the waterline, you could take either that same pencil. Some people are kind of sensitive to that. The best product to use on the waterline is a kohl liner. You could use the Smolder Eye Kohl by MAC, or you could use something softer. I prefer the Stila Eye Kajal, and it looks like this. This is insane. It's very pigmented. It leaves the most blackest black opaque line, and on the waterline it really does a good job of staying put. So what you're going to do is start with a clean sharpened pencil. Again, I'm doing this in my camera, so I can't really see what I'm doing. And you're going to start out here. You never want to touch your eyeball, you just want to be very gentle. You can see how much color is coming off on that. And if you really want it to look more natural, take a softer angled brush like a 266, and you can kind of, rather than going all the way inward with the pencil, you can get a little bit on the brush and kind of smudge it inward. And that makes it look a little more natural. And then you can kind of pull down whatever is on there into your lash line on the lower part. And that just makes it look so much better. And now if I'm going to do a really smoky look, you can just use whatever is left on there and go underneath your lashes and kind of smudge that along your lower lash line, sticking pretty close, and then you can kind of, you know, smudge it out a little bit either with your finger or with a brush. Alright, now if you are new to liquid liners, this is definitely what I would recommend. So, I didn't really have to wipe it off much. You can just kind of dab off the tip if you want. With a liquid liner, the most product, you know, the line should be the thickest at the outside, and since it has the most product right after you dip, it makes sense to start with this outer edge. So I'm going to start in the middle of my eye and go outward. I'm not going to make the tail yet because I don't want to glob that tail on with, again, the product that's on there. And then I'm just going to lightly work inward in small strokes rather than touching it in the middle and bringing it over. You'd end up with a glob here and then the line getting thinner. You want it to get thinner as you go inward. So I'm kind of applying it, making sure you can see, in short strokes. And you can see that I've got the wand turned kind of sideways. That way it's very thin on that inner corner. Alright, now I like to do the wing. Now this is what everybody kind of has the most trouble with. And what I like to do is just kind of pretend like you're going to connect this with the tip of your eyebrow so that you don't end up with a wing that's going like that or too far down because you'll look kind of droopy. So pretend like you're reaching up toward the eyebrow. And first I'm just going to draw that line reaching up toward there. So you can kind of see that. Alright, then I'm going to touch my wand to the tip of that, the very point. Hope you can see that. And then bringing it back. Now you can see that there is a little empty space, hopefully. And you're just going to use whatever's left to fill that in, and then you have like a perfect wing. It doesn't look too dramatic, it looks perfectly flipped upward. Alright, now with the penultimate eyeliner or anything like this, you would do it exactly the same way. Now this one isn't going to deliver as thick of a line, so you're going to have to work with it just a little bit more. It's going to deliver a very thin line, so if this is a little thick for you and you're not comfortable with that, then definitely pick up something like this. If you're a beginner, I would definitely say go with the Carbon Black Liner Intense if you like a thicker line, or go with the MAC Rapid Black if you like a thinner line. Alright, now something else that you can do to make your eyes look really bright with eyeliner is to pick up a white kohl liner. But I really like the Fascinating Eye Kohl by MAC. So what you can do with this one is you can apply it to your waterline. Now again, with this you should never touch your eyeball. You should just be very, very careful with it. And then you can go along that inner corner as well. And you've probably seen me use this right in this inner corner. You can kind of draw it out. You should never touch your little tear duct though. We're just putting it on the skin on the outer part. Then you can take any kind of fluffy brush and just kind of smudge that out. This is just a 272 brush, but I just grabbed whatever was around, and you can kind of see how bright and awake that makes you look. Now, if you're new to working with these, I was definitely intimidated by them for a long time, but don't be. They're really easy to use once you get the hang of it. So I'm going to use this angled brush, and this is a bent liner brush that I got from Coastal Scents. These are like $2. I mean, it's going to get a little bit on my brush, and if you get a little glob, you can just kind of, you know, hit it along the side. Alright, now again with this, you're going to want to start in the middle because you want the most product to be placed there. I like to save the little tail for last. And you can kind of see just how close this gets to the lashes. I mean, look, you can't even hardly see the liner. I mean, you can see that the eyes are more defined, but you can't really see the liner, so this is a great one. For the outer corner, you can re-dip it again if you want. If you do, just get a very, very small amount, and again, you know, wipe it off this time really well on the sides. And you're going to follow the same technique as I did before. So you can kind of see that I made that little tail, touch the tip of it, and bring it straight back in. And you can kind of see that right there. And then I'm just going to simply fill that in. And this is the method that I use every day with this, and it's not difficult. It's actually very easy, especially with this brush. And again, if you want a softer look, you can use the same trick with the eyeshadow. Actually, applying a matching colored eyeshadow over your liner in any case, no matter what the formula is going to help it last longer. Another trick I want to share with you is that if you ever, you know, really want to kind of extend the wing a little bit and you want it to be a little more dramatic, rather than reaching again for your pencil or for your liquid liner and, you know, drawing more on, which that can kind of get too much too fast, and it's very easy to make a mistake like that. Take, again, you know, that 208 brush. This is the best brush, I think, for doing this with. And take the color eyeshadow that matches. In this case, we're using black, so I'm going to use Carbon. It's very matte. You definitely, you know, if you go over a black with a frost, like a matte black eyeshadow or eyeliner with a frost, it's going to end up looking blue. So you want to stick with the matte. You take it and just kind of follow right along there, and it kind of gives you more control. You know, you don't feel like you blob on too much, and this brush is so precise that, you know, you can really kind of create that wing, and you can kind of see how I did that. So this is kind of more of a dramatic cat eye. And yeah, so definitely, you know, if you're kind of hesitant to wear black and you're not really that big into black eyeliner, definitely do this with brown. I mean, you can do this with any brown eyeliner. You don't have to apply it as thick, you don't have to apply it as thin, you can do whatever you want to, but these are just kind of some easy, you know, tips to keep in mind with the different products. As far as which one lasts the longest, because I know everybody's going to ask me that, really, any of them can have the same amount of staying power, but one thing that you always want to remember is that with a pencil, if you use it on its own, throughout the day your body heat's going to kind of react with the pencil and melt it, because it's a wax. I mean, it's a creamy formula like that. Your body heat's going to melt it. And so that's what causes, you know, it to run. That's what causes raccoon eyes. That's what causes, you know, when you look in the mirror halfway through the day and your eyeliner doesn't look as black as it did. So that's why you set it with the matching eyeshadow. In this case, if it's black, you choose Carbon. Same with a liquid. Yeah, you could apply a liquid and it would probably stay fine on its own, but I do like the look of applying that little bit of eyeshadow over it. So really, it's all in what products you want, all in what you're comfortable with. You can achieve the same look with both. As you can see, this is the pencil side, this is the cream liner side, and you can see that they look pretty similar. So, you know, if you're comfortable with pencil, that's what you mean you're going to use, stick with that. You know, don't be afraid to try some different things, but you know, stick with it, and you can achieve the same look as with, you know, a cream liner or something like that. The only thing that you probably couldn't really do is get that very, very precise liquid liner look. So I'll stop rambling. I hope this helped you guys. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. It really means so much to me that so many of you have subscribed and that you guys are interested. So thank you so much, and I will talk to you all very, very soon. Bye.